Welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Secrets of the Fallen Heart. Episode 16. Chapter 103. Mommy. You were so cool. Estelle runs to me, her little eyes sparkling. I smile and open up my arms, satisfied. Are you okay, Tanya? I ask while standing up with my baby girl in my arms. She's still laying on the floor with a sour expression. Don't ask, she growls. Truth be told, I can't really blame her. After she insisted on a fifth fight, I couldn't go easy on her and went all out. Tanya is a very, very good fighter, I cannot lie about that. But she relies a bit too much on her strength and is stubborn. Once I analyzed her strengths and weaknesses properly, it found the key to beat her. She has great adaptability, though, and also gave me quite a challenge. I'm sweating and a bit out of breath. Our small audience is amazed. We picked one of the dojos near the Blood Moon's headquarters, but after the first 3 days of watching Tanya and I fight for hours, only Liam, Nate, and Estelle are still here to watch, and some young ones from the Blood Moon and Purple Moon packs. Damien is concerned about Nora's health, as she's been tired lately. The Luna is resting at her house, but it seems that, since we officially entered my new name into the city's registry, yesterday, I've inherited a new nickname I didn't expect. White Luna. Can you show us how you did that move? The one with your leg and bam. I sigh at the sight of half a dozen young werewolves crowding around me with her eyes filled with expectations. That's right, they have been calling me the White Luna, while Nora somehow became the Black or Blood Luna. I'm still can't say how I feel about that. You little punks. Why don't you ask me? Growls Tanya while getting back up. Seeing her come our way, the kids run away laughing. I can't help but chuckle too. They're cheeky, aren't they? Tell me about it, she sighs. The ones from the Violet clan are the worst, I swear. They are not afraid to tackle the older ones and have been groomed for fighting since they were pups. I often fight with Lysandra because they are too excited. They think this war is going to be fun. Fun, for Moon Goddess' sake. I understand her concerns. It's hard to explain to the children what's at stake. And that they might be the first ones to die. I kiss my daughter's forehead and stare in the direction they left, Nate joining my side. Do you think we will be ready? I ask. In all honesty, I don't know, replies Tanya. If I knew how many vampires are coming or what kind of witch we will be dealing with, I could, but no. It's just as bad as it looks, Elena. I am glad your plan and Nora's working fine. It's a really good one, awesome even, but it really might not be enough. Sadly, I know Tanya's pessimism is justified. We could really be wiped off in a few weeks' time. I take a deep breath. I've trained enough. No matter how I look at it, I am in shape and ready. My injuries completely healed, thank Moon Goddess. Even my fights with Tanya didn't cause any issue with my scar. It's ugly and it will remain, but it's healed. That's all I ask, and luckily, Nate doesn't seem to give a st about it. I turn to him. You okay? He asks. Sure, I say with a nod. Nate, I want to change at your place and then go. He seems a bit surprised, but he knows what I mean, and nods with a determined expression. I chat with Tanya a bit longer before we part, and Estelle bids her a shy goodbye too. It's funny she bonded with her more easily than with Boyan, whom all kids seem to love. Maybe she reminds her of Reagan? I take a quick shower at Nate's place and get dressed up again, in dark pants, tank top, and a white leather jacket. I put my hair in a ponytail, almost ready for a fight. It's a different kind of fight that awaits me, though. Nate drives us to the White Moon territory, and I'm nervous all the way there, despite chatting with Estelle. My daughter is excited to finally see the pack I grew up in, but I can't shake off that nervous feeling inside me. For some reason, I've always been so careful to keep her and Nate away from my clan. Now that we're actually going there as a family, it's very strange and nerve-wracking. As previously planned, Nate carefully parks close to Clark's house, right after sunset, and we walk up to the clan's gathering point. Everyone's here. A lot of people are glaring at Nathaniel, wary of the Black Brother walking on our territory. He is a stranger and a strong alpha. A lot of our people have shape-shifted already, either out of fear or just to feel safer. Maybe some want to show they won't trust him or his brothers, too. However, since he's holding Estelle's hand, the most adorable little girl in the world with her floral white dress and cute ponytails, I can also see a lot of smiles and amazed eyes. Yeah, that's my baby, looks just like me. I walk up to my godfather, who gives me a hug before checking Nathaniel out. He sighs. If they had told me I would one day welcome one of the Black Brothers on my territory, Nathaniel can't repress his smirks. Don't worry. I don't bite. They both chuckled, and after a few seconds, they finally shake hands, making everyone around relax a bit. As soon as they are done, Clark's eyes go down on Estelle. Hello, pretty lady. Good evening, Mr. Clark. You know who I am? He asks, surprised. My daughter nods and blushes, a bit shy. Yes. Mommy explained to me that you are the White Moon Clan Alpha and you are my mommy's godfather. Clark's face brightens, visibly overjoyed with one sentence from one 4 years old. He should really get a wife and make some kids. He goes down on one knee and rubs her head with a big smile. How did you make such a pretty girl? Even you were not as cute as that. Thanks, I reply, unsure if that's a compliment or not. On the side, Nathaniel laughs, and so do Orpheus and Isabella behind the Alpha. Well, I do have memories of you running around, dirtying your rompers and calling out the boys for fights, Danny. My best friend just stepped out from the crowd, his mom, dad, and siblings right behind him. While I quickly hug Danny, I notice Abigail is wiping some tears behind him. Ben sighs. Really, Mom? I can't help it. Seeing our Elena where she is, after, you know, everything. It's making me so emotional. Wipe your tears, honey, it's a joyous occasion, says Joseph behind her. Of course, I know, but I can't help but see Elena like my own daughter, and, Abigail's words get lost in her handkerchief, and the twins take over to talk to her and try to have her control her emotions a little. While I'm so grateful for her kind words and thoughts, I do feel this is a bit, somewhere between embarrassing and awkward. Joseph chuckles and takes this opportunity to step closer to me, giving me a big hug and whispering a few words in my ear. Selena Whitewood, you're the strongest, bravest she-wolf I have been given to meet in my life. You deserve all of this. You have the blood, the heart, and the guts of an alpha. Never, ever forget that. We trust you, just like Ivy and Samuel believed in you. We really do. I didn't expect to hear my parents' names after such a long time. I can't help but tear up a bit, and I'm glad I can hide it in his shoulder. Moon Goddess knows how much I miss them both. Joseph was close to my dad, and hearing the same words holds more value than if anyone else had said it. We separate, and after a brief moment with each of their family members, I go back to where Clark stands. It's a bit weird, to be back to talk to my pack so soon, with Nathaniel and Estelle with me, too. I take a deep breath, turning to the crowd. I thought Clark would say a few words to the crowd, but everyone remains silent. I guess I'm up. For a few seconds, I stare at the entire audience. I look at those people I've known almost all my life, and I wonder, what right do I have to stand there? What do I tell them now? Can I say anything? Can I convey my feelings properly? Or will I just fail, lose their faith and have them regret picking me to lead them? I take another deep breath. No. I am not, and I won't be someone who backs off. Never. I am Selena Whitewood. I am a survivor and a fighter. I'm someone's mother, someone's sunshine. I am a werewolf, I am just like them. Those are my people. I was born in a place far from here, I declare. A place I can't even remember. My first memories are with Reagan, right at the border of the White Moon clan. I remember my first meeting with you all. With Clark, with my parents, with my friends, with all of you. I was young, so I struggled with my identity. I grew up with parents who didn't look like me. With friends from a different background. I felt like I could never fit in, so I fought harder, because I thought a strong werewolf was the only part of me you'd accept. I hated the word adopted, because it reminded me of something I didn't have. I wished my parents were my birth parents many, many times. I often wished I was more like the other kids. I wished I knew where I came from, though I'd never say it. I take a deep breath, glancing at Nathaniel. He's gently smiling to me, his hands on Estelle's shoulders. I take a deep breath and turn to the crowd again. When you're a child, you don't know how to cope with your insecurities. I struggled with my identity. I made bad choices, because I was desperate to fit in, and rejected people who rejected me twice more. I couldn't see what I had, only what I was missing. I met the wrong people, and lost sight of the ones I should have held close. I made poor choices. I don't want to go on too long about Diego, not in front of my daughter, so I don't say his name. They will read between the lines. By doing that, I was hurting myself indirectly. It is sometimes easier to rebel against people who wish you good than to leave people who are intoxicating you. It's sad, but it was my way of punishing myself. No matter how many times my parents and the few friends I had left warned me, I didn't listen. I hold back my tears, look for my wolf for all the strength I need and solemnly put a hand on my tummy. I need them to understand because I won't say it. I find Daniel's eyes in the crowd and look at this pair of blue eyes to give myself some strength. I lost a lot. I'll never have it back. I shut down, and I lost my family, a second time. You all know what kind of place I went to. I don't know what you think I had done wrong for that, but the truth is, if I injured anyone, it was myself. Because I reacted too late and put myself in danger. I lost what no girl or woman should ever lose. I lost my angel. I feel the tears slowly run down my cheek as I confess about that truth. I take a moment and hear the audience's shock. Some women cover their mouths, some men are stuck between confusion and anger as they slowly come to understand. I can feel the anger from behind me, too. Nate's wolf is exulting a scary aura, but I ignore him and Clark's. When I came back to the pack, I was at the lowest point in my life. I had lost my family, a second time, a third time even. If it wasn't for Clark, and the Lewis family who helped me, I might have never come back from that darkness. I managed to gather a smile for them, for Danny, and wake my wolf to finish. I got back on my feet, and I worked harder. I felt like I needed to prove myself, even harder than I used to. I was part of the White Moon clan. I truly accepted that when you didn't toss me aside despite my parents being gone, despite everything I had done and said. I realized it then. Because the young ones were still looking up to me. Because the ones my age would still talk to me and count me in. Because the adults would invite me over, salute me or just acknowledge me. Because anyone in this pack was fine with me being just me. Not Ivy and Samuel's daughter, not Clark's goddaughter. I was just Elena, your Elena from the White Moon clan. A lot of people are nodding, some are even smiling to me with a tender look in their eyes. I can't help but smile back, a bittersweet smile. Just when I started getting used to that idea, things changed again. I fell in love with someone I wasn't supposed to. I met Nora Blue Moon, who was suddenly closer to me than anyone had ever been. My ex came back. And the situation became a lot more complicated. I was conflicted again, between my identities, between my past and my future, between what I thought I owed to the White Moon and what I truly wanted. I turn around and hold my hand to Estelle, who takes it with a smile, walking a couple of steps to join me. If I have disappointed people, I will apologize, I say. But I won't apologize for making a new family of my own. I won't apologize for the beautiful baby I had, the man I loved, or even for getting close to another pack. I love Nathaniel Black, but it doesn't make me less of a White Moon daughter. Eleonora Blue Moon is my blood cousin, but that doesn't make me less of a Whitewood. I am just building up my identity. Truthfully, that warrior part of me, the part I inherited from my father, is the only thing, perhaps, I have always felt confident in. I even don't really realize what it means to be half human yet. I am gathering the pieces and constructing myself, piece by piece. I take another deep breath, waiting a few seconds before breaking that solemn silence, with my mind voice this time, taking them all by surprise. I am Selena Whitewood, and I want to keep that name. I don't want to forget the clan that raised me. No matter which pack my blood belongs to, what I know is that my heart sprouted right here, and you are the people my wolf's voice can reach out to. You are my pack, my people. I love every one of you. Even that cousin of mine, yes. That's why I want to protect everyone here. I really do. But it won't be possible unless you all trust me, 100%. I turn to Clark, resolute. Selena Whitewood, claim the alpha title of the White Moon Pack, here and now. After a long silence, all eyes are on Clark. My heart is beating like crazy in my chest, and my cheeks are burning. My godfather smiles, and finally, puts both knees down. I, Clark Hamilton, fully acknowledge you, Selena Whitewood, as the sole rightful alpha of the White Moon Pack. A sudden wave of cheers, applauds, and howls bursts all around us. 104. Elena. Elena, are you okay? I growl, a bit annoyed. Why does he have to ask so much? And my head hurts, too. Like, a lot. I frown and struggle to find my left and right. I hear him chuckling. Elena, he calls me, almost singing it to my ear. I can feel his beard in my back, and his breath right against my skin. Stop it, I grumble. I kind of feel weird, but that feeling is familiar. Like, not the kind of nice familiar. Hangover, and that headache that goes with it. I struggle, Open my eyes and sit up. I don't recognize this place. Where is this? The bed is too fancy to my taste, and there's too much yellow. I'm not fond of yellow. Where are we? I growl. I took us a room at a nearby hotel. You felt sick while I was trying to get us back to my place and kept asking me to stop the car? Oh, moon goddess, I sigh, feeling some blurry memories come back. I drank, didn't I? Oh, yes, he laughs. It's not funny. I haven't drunk or gotten wasted to that extent in years. What was I thinking? I vaguely remember everyone trying to party with me after I became an alpha, to celebrate, but I can't even count all the places I was taken to. It's not your fault, Elena, you really tried to stop, he says while getting off the bed. Even Danny and Levi asked people to stop giving you drinks. You looked fine until you suddenly growled at them and asked me to go home. From the looks of it, I bet I didn't ask nicely. More like I probably whined or bossed him into it. I feel really bad now. Did I trouble anyone besides Nate? He pours me a big glass of orange juice and brings it to me with a pill. I take it gratefully. Moon goddess, that feels good. I take a few seconds to enjoy that and silently apologize to my liver. Where's Estelle? She slept at the Lewis. Your friend Bonnie and her mother said they would take over to watch her when people started dragging you around. She's fine. Daniel actually texted me a few minutes ago to let me know she's still sleeping. I grab my phone, only to see I got the same text from him. I'm such a bad mother, I whine. I can't believe I didn't even look after her. He chuckles, sitting facing me on the mattress. You've been taking care of her for 4 years, sunshine. You can take a break for once. I nod half-heartedly and drink some more juice. Truth is, I need to avoid his gaze. What right does this have to be so handsome so early? And again, of course. Not that I am going to complain, though, that view is probably the best way to make me sober. Seriously, how could I drink so much? So? The man you love, hey. I almost spit out the juice. That. I'm red as a beet, looking elsewhere, dead embarrassed. And it's too late to act like I didn't remember. I clumsily wipe off the juice from my chin. Crap. Why did I have to profess my love for him in front of the whole clan for, anyway? Elena, he calls me with that naughty smile. Oh, shut up, I growl to hide my shame. My sunshine, why does he have to stir me up on purpose? He takes the glass off my hand, crawling closer to me on the bed. Oh, crap, I'm in real trouble. Elena, you said you love me. So what if I did? I mumble. He chuckles again and goes down to kiss my thighs. Holy crap, how can he cheat like that? I gasp and look away, trying not to give in. Crap, where the heck is he kissing? His lips go higher and higher, and I blush uncontrollably. That's he. Nathaniel keeps torturing me with that devilish mouth of his, and I bit my lip and close my eyes, unable to push him away. Moon goddess, I forgot how good he can be at that too. I breathe louder and caress his hair, letting him play between my legs. Nate! Stop it, I groan. As if he'd listen. I take deep breaths until he gets where he wants, and I can't help but cry louder. A fire burns underneath, where he's toying with me, and I lose all rational thought. It's just so good. Nathaniel intensifies his tongue movements, going faster, deeper, sucking a bit harder and making me moan for real. I grip his hair, my legs trembling, and gasp and moan until I can't take it anymore. It bursts, exploding like fireworks and blowing my mind away. All my extremities are tingling, while I catch my breath. I rest back on the cushions, and he leans over me with that annoying satisfied smile. Why does he look happy like he's the one who just went to heaven and back? Marry me, he suddenly blurs out. I roll my eyes. Nathaniel Black, are you thinking you can buy me? I could give you one any time you want, he says with a smile. If we were married, you don't need to put a ring on me to do that. We can skip the rings part if you want. Moon goddess, I am talking to a wall. I push him away, and stumble to the bathroom, hearing him laugh behind me. I let the cold water flush on me, trying to get out of the post-coit daze. He's really, really good. So annoying. I take deep breaths, staying under the water for a long time. What a crazy time to live. I just became the White Moon's alpha, for real, and got myself drunk over it. Is this okay, for an alpha? I do remember seeing Clark drinking like everyone else. I'm trying to figure out which bottle is the shampoo when I hear him sneak behind me. This shower is busy, and black. It has enough space for two, apparently. Are you going to always have something smart and annoying to reply to everything I say? Maybe. Or I can keep telling you I love you, if you'd rather. Grr, he's so annoying. I ignore him and turn away, but he's faster than me at grabbing the other bottle. He pours a bit of it in his hand, and gently, starts washing my hair for me. I could definitely get used to that. Let's let Estelle with the Louis, today. We can stay, just the two of us, all day, he whispers. You're already tired of your daughter. Never. But I would like a bit of alone time with her mom. With the woman I love. I blush, and just when I want to hide it, he has me turn around and puts his arms around me, cornering me right there. His blue eyes are closer than I can bear, making me even redder. I really have no more defense against him. Nathaniel smiles and softly kisses my lips. I miss a heartbeat and, slowly, answer to him. I really need to work on my self-restraint with him. With the water still pouring over us, he keeps kissing me, leading this dance between our lips. It's a wet kiss, and somewhat exciting. I remember now, our second time was in the shower too. Maybe it's from memory, but my body heats even faster, and soon, I am the one craving for more. Our bodies against each other, our hands caressing the wet skin, his skillful fingers teasing me. It gets so hot, so humid in here. I need to hold on to his shoulder, and the shower wall, because my legs are going numb as fast as I'm getting more and more aroused. A couple of hours later, we are back on the bed, sweating and exhausted. It's like we are back to the old days, having x over and over again like animals. My body is so exhausted, I just decide to keep lying there. Nate pulls something over me, a bathrobe I think. I sigh. I hate you and your stamina. We can always work on improving yours, he chuckles, giving me a kiss. Thanks for reminding me how I didn't train like him while raising our daughter. He is so fit, it's almost too much to bear. And I probably took some weight on, too. I hate you, I grumble. Still no marriage? No. It's fine. I can wait until after the war, at least. Estelle will be so pretty in her little dress, why is he imagining it already? I give him a kick. You're still not forgiven and not near being forgiven enough, you jerk. I should have you on abstinence instead. For 4 years. That should teach him. He frowns. I don't think I can resist you for more than a week, Elena. Fine, I promise I'll wait a bit longer for the wedding. You don't have a choice, I remind him. He sighs, laying next to me after grabbing the other bathrobe. For a long while, neither of us talks again. We just lay still on the bed, a bit sleepy, me resting and Nathaniel gently caressing my shoulder. He looks lost in his thoughts. The room is so quiet. It feels like the calm before the storm. And I don't want the storm to come anytime soon. Truth is, it might be our last weeks together. I'm scared. I'm scared I'll lose him, I'll lose Estelle and everyone I love. I don't want to imagine, after the battle, all the corpses, and the silence. Even if I survive, who will I lose? Nathaniel will be in the front lines with me. Both of us might be among the first ones to die. Damien, too, or Liam or Sylviana. Even Danny, Levi, Boyan. If we fall, Nora and the children will be next. Slowly, I recall all the faces of the people I love. So many faces, coming to my mind, haunting me. I buried my mother and father already. Eric, and Reagan, too. I don't want to lose anyone else. A shiver crawls my skin, and the fear and sadness bring me on the verge of tears. I turn to Nathaniel, suddenly snuggling against his torso. He puts an arm around me, the other in my hair, soothing me calmly. His smell helps me calm down a bit, but my throat is still tight, and I want to cry. What is it? He whispers. I'm just scared a bit, I admit. I hear him sigh shortly after, and he keeps caressing my hair and skin, gently. I try to calm down, letting his smell and skin surround me in a wave of warmth. Elena, I want you to bite me. Really? I growl. Of all times, do you have to be feeling kinky now? He laughs. No, my sunshine, I meant. Bite me, as if to mark me. What? I push him and sit away, completely taken by surprise. Wah! What did you just say? He sighs and sits up, facing me with a very serious expression. Elena, I want you to mark me as your mate. Your one, official mate. Nate, I don't understand, I know you don't trust me, and it will take a while longer to restore your faith in me, because of how I ended things between us. Because of the mistakes I made before you came back. You mean all the hoes you slept with? Well, yeah, he replies, a bit nervously. I know the fact that I had a fated mate bothers you, too. I hope you're going somewhere, talking about the other women you slept with and the one that left you. I better never cross that one, because I swear I won't let her out in one piece if I do. Nathaniel nods again. Sorry, I'll. Let's leave that out. Anyway, what I meant to say is, I love you, Elena. Selena. I love you. Not because you bore my child, or because the S*X together is great, or because of our past together, whatever. I love the woman Selena Whitewood. The strong, independent woman that doesn't let me get what I want, doesn't fear anyone and is the most beautiful person I know. I even love how we fight and bicker, how you get grumpy and will pull away from me when you're upset, how jealous you get. I love how you're effortlessly no matter what you do or where, I love how you're both so strong and fragile. I love your fierce side, your caring side. I love your body, your skin, the taste of your lips, your amber eyes, your soft hair. But I love even more the woman inside. I'm crazy in love with you. I'll die if we part again, for whatever reason it is. I have one certainty, Selena. If I live or die in this war, I want it to be with you. With the one woman I chose to be in love with. I want your face to be the last thing I'll see if I die, and the first I'll see once it's over if we win. You're absolutely everything I want and will be satisfied with. I don't care who Moon Goddess said I had to be with. I don't give a about fated mates. I want the one woman that I chose myself. My second chance woman, my sunshine. I'm sobbing already. How can he say such things? Like that, just, taking me by surprise and not letting me prepare my heart ahead? He takes my hand, my shaking hand, looking at me right into the eyes. Selena, I know I want to spend whatever is left of my life with you. I don't want anyone else, I swear. That's why I want us to mate. I know a wedding is not something you'll rely on to trust me. But if you mark me, I'll be yours alone. I won't be able to mate another woman ever. You don't even have to let me bite you, if you want. I don't care, I can wait. What I want, is for you to trust me. I'll do anything for that. Are you sure? I ask with a trembling voice. There is no changing your mind, Nate. Even if I grow old and smelly and very wrinkly. I know. I might be disfigured in the war. Lose a limb, or be disabled. You'll be stuck with me all your life. I'm fine with that. Why does he have to? To take me by surprise all the time? And with those kinds of big words. I don't even know how to react. Aside from my crying and my heart going crazy. I can become his mate? For real? His one, only mate? I had never imagined it. My marking on his neck. He had lost his fated mate. Whatever left me to think he'd be alright with mating anyone else? I see so many couples together without ever taking that one, scary step. For werewolves, marking each other is the most binding form of union. A wedding is something that can be ended by divorce. A werewolf's marking on its partner will never, ever go away no matter what. And he wants me to mark him? Selena, please. Fine, I stutter. But I want you to mark me too. I don't want it one way. He can't hide his surprise or his joy. Really? I can. I can really wait. I don't want to force you. After all those things you said. I chuckle between my tears. You think I'd ever find another to love me like that? He laughs, and leans to kiss me. I want to be the only one, very lucky. 105. No, Damien, you need to. No, not that either. Did you get the parmesan? Yes, exactly. Now you just cut a few pieces and put it on top. Slices, not chunks. I can't repress a laugh. Nate's been on the phone for over half an hour, trying to guide his brother into making whatever crazy dish Nora is craving again. Apparently, the king's only weakness is his non-existent cooking skills to satisfy his wife. Though, I have to admit Nora's cravings are getting crazier every day. Moon Goddess, I wish I'd had that kind of pregnancy. With Estelle, I just felt sleepy all the time and unable to sleep when I was supposed to. Mommy? Can I put this one? Try it, baby. Estelle has gotten into puzzles lately, so we just bought this new one for her yesterday, but she picked a big one. We had to install it in the living room, and we are both on the floor, trying to make those 500 pieces work together somehow while chatting about her first weeks of school. It was a bit of a last minute, but Nate used his connections to get Estelle into a nearby school right in time for September. So far, she likes it. She even became friends with a deaf-mute girl 1 year older, who she plays sign language with. Her teacher is a nice old lady, and they even have a little school farm where Estelle can see a rabbit every day. While she tries to fit another piece of that puzzle, I turn to watch my man, visibly desperate on the phone. Despite his shirt, I can see the marking on Nate's neck, making me smile every time. Nathaniel was right about one thing, I feel much closer to him now with that marking on both our necks. They finally went from pink, painful, and fresh to a proper scar. Truthfully, I didn't think I could like a scar so much. It's like I now have a special connection to him, something I can feel at all times, binding us together. He feels my stare and turns to me with a smile as he hangs up and comes back to us. How are they doing? I'm not sure. I can't guarantee she will get her almond butter and 4 kinds of cheese lasagna, but I do hope for my brother he doesn't burn it. When he hangs up, I think I heard something about Nora trying to stab him with a spoon. Estelle and I exchange a look before bursting to laughs. It's just too funny to imagine the strongest alpha of Silver City being subjected to his pregnant wife's crazy whims. It reminds us that Nora's delivery date is near, though. I'm already glad that we finished the summer without any further incident, but it definitely won't last. More and more, the vampires are coming closer. At night, our patrols in the north spot them from afar, and Silviana, too, says she can sense them trying to break the protections she put in place. They are roaming around, but too afraid to come close. No sign of the Dark Witch though, which is scary. Since she attacked me, that woman hasn't appeared anywhere. The good side of it is, we didn't think we would have so much time left, and got ready as soon as we could. There were several alpha gatherings, between the few clans that had not yet fusioned. The Sapphire Moon Clan, the White Moon Clan, and the Violet Moon Clan were the 3 last ones. For a few weeks, Nora, the Black Brothers, the Mura siblings and I worked together to convince every pack to rally our cause. Truth is, I was surprised about how quickly my new position was accepted by other packs. The Sea Moon Wolves even ended up rallying my pack, unexpectedly. Arthur Seaver wasn't too fond of the Sapphire or Violet Moon, but their pack had a debt to Nora and I since the last battle, almost 5 years ago. Hence, after further discussions, he finally agreed to submit to me and use his alpha position to lead his pack into the war. The Rising Moon, after protesting a lot, wasn't given much choice. Every pack still resented them for their betrayal 4 years ago, and Damian Black made sure they would regret if their alpha didn't purely and simply renounced her position. When she was given a choice to fight against him or subdue, she chose the option that would let her live. Finally, once our cousin William Blue gave Nora the leadership of the Sapphire Moon as promised, only the stubborn Lysandra Jones was left. That was a very different battle, and one we didn't expect to last this long. The Violet Moon is the proudest pack, and despite Tanya being her partner, Lysandra refused to submit to Damian, Nora, or me until the very end. This is the only issue we still have today. After many attempts to discuss this, Lysandra sort of agreed that she could potentially submit to Damian, but only when the Dark Witch would attack, not any time before. This makes the situation more complicated, as we have to prepare a battle plan while continuously arguing with her. My sunshine, my little star, I have to go. Daddy? You're going to work? Asks Estelle, looking disappointed. He gets on his knees and gives her a kiss on her forehead. Sorry, my princess, but your Uncle Damien needs to stay home with Aunt Nora, so I need to take care of the company. With Uncle Isaac too? Yes, exactly. I can't come with you. She asks with that cute pout. I need to intervene before Nate loses again against our baby girl's ultimate cuteness attack. I chuckle and caress her chubby cheek. We're going to see Silviana and your Uncle Liam today, remember? You'll see Daddy tonight, baby. Okay, then, he smiles and hugs her once more, before giving me a long goodbye kiss. I watch him leave with a light heart. Moon Goddess. I still can't believe this is my new daily life, with Nate and Estelle, in his penthouse. I wake up by his side, usually with a bit of delightful morning bed action, and let him make breakfast while I wake up our daughter, and all three of us eat together. Estelle goes to school, he goes to work and I study or go to the White Moon for my alpha duties. I still don't really know how we made it work, but with Nate, everything happens so naturally, it feels like I don't have to worry about anything but the war that's coming at us. And it is coming. I'm satisfied with each day that we go through without incident, but my first worry in the morning is, will it be today? I have never been patient, but Moon Goddess, this is utter. Once again, I try to chase all of the gloom away while getting ready. My little baby Sunshine helps a lot with that, too. She is happy whatever it is we do, and today she is ecstatic about going to see Silviana and Liam. We arrive in the large garden, but as usual, I feel like I'm entering some wild, unique tropical forest. There's green absolutely everywhere, and flowers of all colors sprouting randomly here and there. The ivy is covering most of the house, I wouldn't even be able to tell which color are her walls. I can feel the wildlife, too, notably, the butterflies busy living their lives from one flower to another. Estelle immediately runs to play with them, excited. There is something really special about walking into a WH's lair. I can't quite describe it, but my instincts are never fully trusting. A tingling at the back of my mind that keeps me restless. Good morning. Silviana's pretty voice welcomes us, and Estelle runs into her flowery dress. On to Silviana, good morning. How are you, little star? I'm fine. Mommy and I made a puzzle today. Did you? Asks Silviana, looking at me with a gentle smile. She loves it, I answer. How are you, Sil? A bit busy, as usual. Have you had breakfast yet? I was making waffles. I suspect Liam is the main reason Silviana always has some delicious food ready whenever we arrive. He comes out of the house behind her, greeting us, and immediately playing with his niece. I'm surprised with how good Liam actually is with children. James and Estelle absolutely adore him. What's up, Selena? He asks with his usual bratty attitude. The usual, I sigh. You know, training, family time, waiting. He nods and lets Estelle follow Silviana inside her house to talk with me, putting his hands in his pockets. I hate that wait too. I am not used to not doing anything. Your brother still makes you patrol at the border. Every day, 3 or 4 times a day. He's as restless as us. Nora can give birth anytime soon, now. It makes everyone crazy. To be honest, he sighs a bit, taking a glance at the house. From the kitchen window, we can see Estelle and Silviana chatting and smiling happily, playing with fruits. Liam shakes his head, frowning. I feel like she doesn't tell me everything, he says. I mean, she never really does, but about the WH, I feel like she has something she won't tell me. Silviana's always a mystery to everyone, you know. She knew about my link to Nora, about my parents' death. She's different from us. Being a witch probably has its perks, but also some issues, I guess. I wonder what it feels like, to be the only one of your own kind. I never stopped to really think about it. I've always lived surrounded by wolves. Silver City is this strange, somewhat working cohabitation between humans and werewolves. After all, both kinds have a lot in common. I'm the living proof of how close they can be, actually. My hybrid status never really was an issue but to Silviana. She doesn't seem to know any other WH. I know she said something about how she learned from her mother, but, apart from her family, how did she grow up without ever interacting with other people her kind? She never mentioned any other WH. I notice Liam seems to be lost deep in his thoughts, too. I give him a little elbow bump. What is it? I'm going to propose again after the battle is over, he says. I can't help but roll my eyes. What is it with you guys and weddings? Damien got engaged to ABH and then to Nora when she was in a coma. Nate is asking every day and now you too. Liam laughs. Hey, for the record, Silviana and I are together since way before you and Nate, okay? Also, this is my 5th time asking. Well, I sigh, at least you're persistent. What's her excuse for saying no, by the way? I mean, I know I'm also making Nate wait, but, oh, that brother of mine deserves to wait, I support you fully on that one. Thanks. But, he says, Silviana says I should wait to be sure. Be sure of what? I ask, confused. She thinks I'm too young, that I should at least wait after the war. I think she's afraid since she can't see past the war. She says there are too many futures pending. It's terrifying. If not even Silviana can see what will happen in that war, Liam nods, scratching his head. Yep, tell me about it. Truth is, she's good about the past, but the future is always some blurry, changing sequence. I mean, that's what she says, maybe we're all going to die and she just won't say it. Thanks, Liam, very heartwarming forecast, you're welcome. I bet it's going to be a downpour, too, like in one of those super epic battle movie scenes. Against a water WH. Sounds awesome, he realizes what a horrible situation that would be and make a grimace. Okay, never mind that. Anyway, when will I get to call you sister-in-law? No idea. I don't trust you to shut up, anyway, so I wouldn't tell you. I leave him with his shocked expression and walk inside the house, hearing him shout behind me. That is so not nice, Selena. Really, I can't believe you don't trust me. I'm still laughing when I walk into the house to join my daughter and Silviana, who are making some flower crowns together. Just like her garden, walking into Silviana's house is like walking into an indoor garden. There are random plants in pots in about every furniture available, some even hanging from the ceiling, and, especially for a werewolf, it smells so fresh and good, like a forest. Is it okay if she plucks out flowers? I ask with a frown while taking a seat on the couch. Of course, I can always make more grow, replies Silviana with a smile. Right, little princess. Look, Mommy. Uncle Liam, can I make you one too? I would love to. Half an hour later, Liam's head is covered in flowers and Silviana and I are watching him make some hot chocolate for his niece from the couch, laughing. I can't believe she is so big already, sighs Silviana. I still remembering the day you gave birth to her, you're the first being she saw, I remind her. No wonder she loves you so much. She still secretly call me her fairy godmother, she whispers with a smile. Is that a compliment for a WH? Of course. I even taught her a few tricks, I can't help but frown a bit. What the heck did she possibly teach my daughter when I wasn't looking? I'll have to ask Estelle later. I love Silviana, but sometimes she's a bit scary and unpredictable. I don't want a jungle to sprout in the middle of Estelle's bedroom or a butterfly invasion. She chuckles, seeing my baffled expression. Liam taught me you're making him wait, I whisper. The brothers and their attachment issues, she sighs. I know. I love Liam, but he's still too young. And WHES aren't exactly popular as housewives. You do know Nora and Liam are the same age, right? And she's on her second pregnancy. Silviana laughs again, though quieter because Liam is definitely listening, thinking we can't see his ears moving a bit or the glances he sends us from time to time. Nora matured faster, and she's found her fated mate. Liam and I. It's different. Sometimes, two stars don't align perfectly, but it still works. I think I know what you mean, but my parents were from different species, too. And for the reminder, it saved my life. She shakes her head, looking at Liam and Estelle fooling around with that lonely expression of hers. We'll see, after the war, things will be clearer, I hope. Oh, that reminds me, I need to make some more almond butter for Nora. Do you want some too? Yeah, I guess. So this is where Nora's crazy infatuation with almond butter comes from. I'm about to follow Silviana in the kitchen when I feel another wolf looking for me. Selena? What is it, Levi? This new link is kind of weird, I have a hard time getting a hang of it. Anyway, where are you? Is everything okay? At Silviana's house, why? Oh, the WH? Okay, well something happened here. I freeze immediately, turning to Silviana. Now, she should have felt it if something had happened, right? Levi, what is it? What happened? It's Iris. She disappeared. What do you mean, she disappeared? Her cell was open and empty, and we couldn't find her anywhere. We have 24 of wolves looking, absolutely nothing. How did she break out of her cell? To go where? Elena, we know how she got out. What? How? I just checked the CCTV. It's Chris. Her brother opened her cell, and he's missing too. 106. I can't believe it. I keep watching it over and over, but it's the same. The video in black and white, despite the poor quality, clearly shows Chris and Iris talking, for a long time, before he opens her cell's door, and they both flee out of the camera's range. I nervously bite my lip, annoyed. Why would you do that, Chris? Why? Why now? My anger is so palpable, everyone is keeping a safe zone of a few steps away from me. How come no one was able to track them? I growl. I sent people Elena, but they crossed the border right away, we had just noticed they were gone. By the time the clinic told me, and I told the patrol, they were already way ahead of us. I did send some people after them, but you don't want anyone stepping outside our territory, so, I sigh. Our protective measures are made so that no one would get caught and killed outside of the protective barrier, but I didn't think anyone would be crazy enough to actually go past it and run away. I don't understand what could have happened. My cousin's whereabouts are unknown, and I hate it. I can see why Iris would escape and leave, but Chris? Did she persuade him? Despite him finally agreeing to talk with her, I didn't felt their relation improved much. Why would he follow her? He was reluctant to go and see her again, but still went. So what happened? Do we send people after them? Asks Levi, the only non-alpha not terrorized by my foolming aura at the moment. No. I stand by my words, no one goes out. We don't need more people getting killed by venturing outside. It may look like everything is peaceful, but I'm pretty sure some bloodsuckers are just waiting for our kind to step outside of Sylviana's protective barrier. Next to me, Liam, who came along, takes out his phone with a frown, and lets Sylviana know about the events in a few sentences. When he hangs up, he looks annoyed. Yeah, no good at all. She can't do anything about people leaving, and more worrying, her barrier keeps vampires and WHES from crossing over. Werewolves are free to go in and out, though. And she did feel your cousin's run outside a few minutes ago. He scratches his head, looking at the screen. Sorry Elena, but, your cousins are on their own. Which means they could get killed any minute. I take a deep breath. If they are not too far yet, I still have a chance to mind link them. Chris? Iris. I can feel both of them. It's faint, but I definitely feel my cousins, in their wolves form, far away from me. However, either they can't hear me or won't listen, they both don't respond at all, no matter how much I try to call them. I keep forcing it, to the point I'm really growling, and other people in the room have to look down. Then, I lose all contact. I can't feel them anymore. Either they are now really too far, or... Elena? Asks Liam, visibly worried. I need to talk to Nora and Damien, I growl. Nate, too. He nods and follows me outside of the building. We hurry. This is no good, and we need to sort this mess out quickly. Elena. What do we do? Asks Levi, coming out the doors behind us. Nothing. I climb behind Liam on his bike, and we ride out of the White Moon territory. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Something's definitely wrong. Not just my cousin's sudden departure, but my werewolf instincts are going crazy. Suddenly, Liam stops the bike, in the middle of several buildings, on the side of a large crossroads, taking off his helmet. Liam, what's wrong? You don't smell it? He asks. Smell? Holy crap, he's right. I didn't notice because I had the helmet on, but the air reeks of blood. We both get off his bike, looking for the scent's origin. The smell is so strong, it's horrible, and even worse to imagine what it is coming from. We keep looking around until I have enough. I try to find any nearby wolves to reach out to. We can't possibly be the only ones smelling that. White Luna. Several voices answer. Do you smell that? It's the river. The river? The river runs from the north into our territory, crossing Silver City in the west to go down to the sea. I turn around and run towards the former Sea Moon Wolves territory, close to the seafront. Liam's right behind me, keeping up with my speed until we get there. Neither of us bothers to shapeshift, we are fast enough, and unsure about the situation, too. We finally stop, and Moon Goddess, the smell is even worse there. Both Liam and I cover our noses in the same movement. Moon Goddess Mother. Oh, that's so bad. Gasps Liam. No kidding. It's worse than bad, that's. A dozen werewolves and humans are just like us, staring in utter shock and disgust at the river, just a couple of feet beneath our level. The water turned red and dark. So thick and red. The smell of blood covers any other smell, even that of the sea nearby, and it's reeking. Even worse, we quickly spot corpses floating by, down the stream. Someone pukes on the other side of the river, not making it any better. I can't blame them, it's the most horrifying scene I've ever seen in my life. How many dead bodies does it take to fill a river with that amount of blood? Liam and I both look up the river upstream, but it's definitely coming from the north. I think that's one nasty warning, mutters Liam, as shocked as I am. Grab them! I yell to the men present. Humans and werewolves look at me as if I was crazy, but as soon as they see me extend my arm towards the river, start obeying. Why are we getting them, exactly? Asks Liam, helping me pull the closest body we could grab out of the river. We need to know where they came from, I say. And to make sure if I get my answer before I can finish my question. Liam, too, has a disgusted face on. The poor man we grabbed and rolled over has his neck open wide, the flesh open. If they were killed by vampires. Sighs Liam. Yeah, guess they were, that can't be good, I growl. I stand up, trying to look and think about what to do next, but I'm really clueless at that point. The men keep pulling the bodies out of the water, despite being grossed out by their state. Are those bloodsuckers toying with us? Or getting ready for battle? Liam takes out his phone once again, calling Silviana, but I need to get this across the quickest way possible. Damien, Nora, Nate, we just found human corpses in the river. What? Humans? Yeah, a lot. I mean we found 5, no 6 bodies so far, but judging by the amount of blood, there's at least 4 or 5 times that. It reeks, it's horrible. The river turned red. Moon Goddess. Your cousins flee Silver City, and now corpses in the river? Says Nate. That's a lot for one day. I know, it's not good, really not good. I'm coming, says Damien. Liam, what is Silviana saying? Asks Nora. She's just as shocked. Blood in the river is not good for the water so actually, the vampires might have done this without her consent. What? I thought she controlled them? Yeah, well, maybe she needs to work on her taming thing. I can't believe he still manages to come up with some sarcasm in such a situation. We pull 3 more bodies out of the water by the time Silviana and Damien arrive on the scene. The witch is absolutely horrified. Where is Estelle? I ask. I left her with Nora, explains Silviana. By the Mother Earth, those poor people, she sits next to the closest corpse, checking their injuries. The blood that immediately stains her hands and dress doesn't seem to worry her one bit. She keeps frowning and patting them here and there for a while. Silviana? Asks Liam, making a disgusted face about whatever she is doing. Definitely a vampire attack, she says. They didn't completely empty them of their blood, though, which is odd considering the size of those bite marks. It's like they were in a rage, not hungry. Is this some sort of warning? I ask. She stays silent for a while, looking at the Red River with an indecipherable look in her eyes. I think she might be losing control over them. If they had attacked to feed themselves, they wouldn't have made such a mess of it. And if they had wanted to scare us, they wouldn't have left the bodies intact either. Nice thought of them, growled Liam, disgusted. What do you mean, losing control over them? Maybe those vampires aren't willing to help her as the previous one did, you're saying she's forcing them. Silviana sighs and gets up. A mind control spell on so many vampires isn't realistic, but water WHES are good at illusions. If she's controlling them in some sort of way, after all this time, maybe she has difficulties controlling how they hunt too. I'm not sure. Wait, illusions? How come you never told us about this? Asks Liam. I didn't think she was powerful enough for that. Each type of witch has their own set of skills, that evolve depending on their own crafts, and I have never heard of a water witch attaining such a level. But I might need to reconsider now. Can you do something about it? I'm now worried. I don't remember hearing about any illusions while we were fighting, 5 years ago. Did that witch improve so much? If we have to add this. Silviana doesn't seem worried, though. She won't be able to use it on us. Controlling the vampires must take everything she has already, if they are uncooperative. I'm sure she won't be able to use illusions again, not on our people. What's your top skill? Asks Liam, curious. Silviana chuckles. That's a secret for now. What was that, then? I ask. They just attacked those humans without reason. They might have lost control, or she might have told them to feed without really measuring the mess they'd made. I'm not sure calling it a mess is the appropriate language. Damien and I exchange a look, disgusted as more bodies appear upstream. Crap, I don't want to spend my evening pulling bodies out of the river. I'll go upstream, I sigh. If more bodies show up, I'd rather not have them go all the way down Silver City and freak everyone out. And the more we gather, the better idea we'll have of how many vampires are in her army. Good luck with that, replies Liam. It's just so gross. I am not pulling another one of. Liam, you're staying with Silviana and you help her check the bodies, growls Damien. What? But another growl of his older brother has him finally shutting up, and nodding despite his obvious disgust. Luna, with caught a woman in the river. I know, just get the body out of. No, this one is alive. They left one alive? I relay the information immediately to the Black brothers, including Nate who just arrived at the scene, and they are all as surprised as I am. Go, says Damien. I'll coordinate with Lysandra to see if anything happened on their territory. I nod, and both Nate and I turn back, taking his car to go back to the North Territory. What crazy day is that? How's your day going, my sunshine? He sighs in the car. I did not expect to find dead humans on the river, or to be faced with my cousin's little escapade, I growl. Moreover, I'm ruining his car with my pants and shoes covered in blood and water, and my hands are no better. I'm in no mood to joke, either, and everyone is shocked by my appearance when I arrive back to the former White Moon territory. My best friend shakes his head, seeing me arrive in front of the White Moon Clinic, as per the informations I got meanwhile. You look like, please, Danny, I sigh, not today. You found one alive, you say? Yeah, he says as we keep walking. We took her to the ER right away. She was bleeding a lot, and having trouble breathing. A middle-aged female, human. She was still conscious when we took her here. He guides us inside the clinic, to the room where a woman, sobbing loudly and visibly terrorized, is cornered on one end of the bed. She's still soaked despite the hospital gown they put her in, and very, very thin. She looks sick, her eyes too big for her face and her dark hair is a mess. Leave me alone, you dogs! She yells at the closest nurse, which happens to be Daniel's mom, Abigail. Who are you? I ask her, holding her wrist as she's about to hit. Let me go. Let me go, I don't want to be near those dogs. Dogs. I repeat, confused. What the heck is wrong with that woman? Now that I notice it, she's only glaring, and apparently afraid, of the werewolves present. One of our nurses is human, and the only one she lets approach. You hate werewolves? I ask. You're just talking dogs. I hate you. Let me go back to my master. Your master? You're a vampire's property. I suddenly realize, shocked. I only belong to my master. He's my everything. She keeps screaming, and it's so annoying, I have a hard time not slapping her. Nathaniel has to intervene to help the nurses put her under the shackles, while I step back, letting them handle it while I think. Daniel and I exchange a look, shocked. I had heard that vampires keep some humans like pets, so they can toy with them and most importantly, feed on them. To those humans, from what I had heard previously, the blood-sucking thing is addicting, almost turning them in some creepy junkies. Now that I look at it, that woman has numerous bite marks on her neck and shoulders. The other bodies had their throats too damaged and open to make a difference, but what happened? I ask her, once they had her shackled to her bed. I am not answering a filthy dog. You bit, Nathaniel is about to jump at her, but I hold his arm, and step forward, staring at that woman, and, without thinking, using all of my alpha aura. There is something strange happening with my wolf, too. I don't know, it's like some warm halo around her presence, different from my usual feeling. I don't have the luxury to study that now, though. Answer me. I growl furiously. Suddenly, the look in that woman's eyes changes, from anger to fear. She looks at me like I'm some monster, a terrifying monster. She stutters a bit, shivering. My master attacked us, why? What happened? The master, he wasn't feeding, he was hungry. A lot of vampires were hungry. And the woman in the black dress was waiting, the woman in the black dress. Why? Yes. She came to the masters a while ago, and she did something to them. They don't like her. But they have to listen. So they didn't feed, for a very long time, longer than they usually wait. And then, she told them to eat, and they attacked us. But it wasn't normal, they didn't control themselves. They killed a lot of us. How did you make it? What about the bodies in the river? We ran, because the woman in the dark dress, she said to kill us all. So, our masters tried not to, but they still attacked. They were hungry, it wasn't their fault, Moon Goddess, I'm going to get sick if I listen to more of their sick vampire. Daniel is a bit green, too, but Nathaniel steps next to me. How many vampires are there? Why do they listen to the WH? She made them drink something. I'm not sure, but the woman said she would give them a city, with new humans to eat. But our masters loved us, they didn't want to change. So the woman got mad, and she gave them this strange water to drink. After that, they couldn't disobey her, they became crazy. They didn't want to attack us. Oh, my poor master, Silviana was right. The vampires aren't doing this by their own will, she found a way to control them somehow. Moon Goddess, this is sickening enough as it is. Did she tell them to get rid of their humans so they would have no choice but to attack us? To get the ones in Silver City? How many? How many vampires are out there? Asked Nathaniel, angry. The woman suddenly spits in his direction. Thousands. Thousands of our masters will gather and attack you. And get rid of you, dirty dogs. My master will come and find me. Okay, that's enough. I raise my hand to have that crazy shut up. 107. Babe, calm down. I am not calming down. I yell. That crazy BH won't insult my man or my people here. I can't believe he stopped me. What does it matter if we keep that wretched thing alive? She's a total vamp junkie anyway. There is no coming back from that. But Nathaniel keeps getting in my way, trying to calm down in the hospital corridor while Damien just got inside. She is crazy, Selena. Vampire slaves turn like that and you know it, alright. Let Damien handle it, okay? You might want to take that back, says Liam, suddenly coming out of the room. He lost it and killed her when she started threatening everyone. Nathaniel rolls his eyes. That's alpha temper for you, sighs Liam. Anyway, Silviana is still with the bodies we didn't burn, but I think this is bad. If what that crazy woman said is true, I know. She mentioned thousands of vampires. We don't have enough people to push away thousands of vampires. I hope she lied or exaggerated greatly, or else, this is going to be a bloodbath. Silviana says the timing is not good. If she let the vampires lose control like that and feed now, it means she felt Nora's power is changing. She will give birth soon, I grumble. I take a deep breath and walk outside. I need a moment. A moment alone with my cousin. I can feel it, the tension in the air building up. It's coming any time now. Nora? Selena, everything all right? Damien left in a rush. He said you found vampires in the river. I use our mind link to tell her everything, wondering why Damien didn't tell her yet. As usual, he probably tried to spare Nora as much as he could. He's as overprotective as ever with his mate. I can't blame him, but Nora is strong. The only Luna I could rival with. When I'm done, she doesn't seem shocked or scared. I see. Silviana is probably right. I can feel my baby moving more than ever. I've started to have contractions those days, and I'm supposed to give birth within the 30 next days. Nora, I'm going to stay here, with the white moon. I understand. We won't see each other until after the war. I know. I'm going to miss you so much, Selena. You have to survive, okay? You'll look after those black brothers for me, all right? I'll join the fight if I can. I chuckle. You'll be busy giving birth, stay where you are. I'll handle it here. And, Nora. Yes? Look after our people. Danny, Estelle. If I don't survive, I'm counting on you, okay? You're the best Luna. You're the fighter, Selena. I'm the healer. I'll take care of you after this, okay? I'll be protecting you from where I am. Don't worry. I love you, little sis. I love you too, Selena. I take a deep breath, holding back the tears the best I can. Not now, Selena Whitewood, you can cry later. For now, they need the fighter. Nathaniel joins me outside, putting his arms around me, his forehead against mine. Are you okay? He asks. I have to, I know. Many people are looking up to you. You're their Luna. But don't forget, I'm your mate. I'm here for you, okay? You don't need to push yourself, not in front of me, my sunshine. I smile, and as if a door had been opened in my heart, snuggle into his arms for a much-needed hug. I hear him sigh as he caresses my hair. We're going to be okay, he whispers. I know. I just want to be weak for one more day, and then I'll be the Luna they are all waiting for. I think they won't be disappointed. Do you know your aura is going wild those days? I nod. Yeah, I've felt it too. Ever since Nathaniel and I solved our issues, or since I became an official Luna, I feel like all restraints broke loose around my wolf. Not only that, but it's almost like I can feel some strange halo around me, too, something that seems to protect me in some way, I just don't know how yet. I want to see Estelle, I whisper. I want to say goodbye to my daughter before this madness begins. I don't want her to be near when breaks loose, and I don't want to have regrets about not saying goodbye to her. I didn't get to say goodbye to my parents, twice. I'm not letting my daughter lose that as well. Liam is the one to go and get my daughter from Nora's place, while I let Damien and Nate handle things around here, notably with the bodies. I need to be a mom, just for an hour or two. Mommy, she says while jumping into my arms. Hi, my baby star. I hold my daughter, while she tells me all about her game with her cousin, and her Auntie Nora's baby moving in her belly. I decide to borrow Clark's house for a while, to chat with her and let her have hot cocoa in the quiet, far from the mess around the river. After a while, I take a deep breath. It's been an hour. I need to tell her. My baby star, you are going to stay with your Aunt Nora for a while. Really? With Mommy and Daddy too? No, baby. Mommy won't be there. It's hard. It's hard to explain to my daughter that leaving her to my cousin is for her own safety, while I'll be on the battlefront. I get up from my chair to go and kneel in front of her, getting to her level. She's still so small. Estelle, listen to me. Mommy and Daddy won't be able to stay with you for a while. Because the bad people will attack us. She asks. I heard Aunt Nora talk on the phone, and Aunt Silviana too, I nod, trying to think on how to explain war and death to a 4-year-old. Yes. Do you know how Mommy is very strong? And Daddy too? Well, we will be protecting everyone. Your uncles, too. I can't stay with you. No, my little star. Mommy needs to fight, and I can't fight if I am worried about my baby. So I need you to be a good girl and stay with Auntie Nora, okay? She starts sobbing, holding my hands with a distressed expression. Oh, Moon Goddess, I can't bear to see my baby girl crying. Estelle, Mommy will, Selena. My water just broke. Moon Goddess. Now? Now, of all times? Crap. This is too soon. I take a deep breath. I can feel Nora mind-linking everyone and the ruckus of all the voices talking at the same time. I still have a few minutes. I didn't think it would happen so fast. Mommy will be here to protect you. Baby, I'll fight to protect you. Mommy loves you, Estelle. Do you remember in the forest? When you hid? Why? Yes, she cries. Well, it's the same, baby. Mommy needs you to be a good girl and hide with Auntie Nora. But Mommy will be hurt again. She's looking at my shoulder, where I still have a hideous scar. I shake my head and caress her wet cheek. She's so cute even when she cries. I hear Nathaniel behind me, and he comes next to me in silence, taking one of Estelle's hands. Mommy will be okay as long as you are safe, my baby star, I continue. Mommy will do her best, fight the bad people and come to find you again, okay? Daddy will protect Mommy, okay? Says Nate. I promise, my little star. Estelle keeps crying loudly, looking at the two of us. I don't want you to go fight. I want all of us to stay with Auntie, and together. I don't want Daddy and Mommy to go, oh, crap. I'm starting to cry too. I was trying hard to hold it in, but I can't bear it. Estelle's sobbing is too much for me to handle. I lose it and hug her, standing up with my baby in my arms. I smell her, engrave her smile in my mind, the touch of her soft hair and chubby cheeks. I love you. I love you, my baby. I'll do my best and come back to you. Mommy will be all right. I hear Nate whispering to her too, caressing her blonde hair and trying to reassure her. After a few seconds, I put her into his arms, and undo my necklace for the first time in years, to give it to her. Mommy, you keep Mommy's necklace, baby. You know how much Mommy loves it, so you take good care of it, okay? I love you, my little star. Mommy will come and find you soon, okay? Oh. Okay. Mommy. You have to come. With Daddy, she replies, trying to talk despite her loud sobbing, her little hand on the sun pendant. She continues crying in Nate's arms, who tries to soothe her, whispering into her ear. We love you, Estelle. Mommy and Daddy. We will come back to you. Daddy will protect Mommy, so you don't worry, okay? You're Daddy's little princess, don't ever forget. Forever, Daddy loves you and Mommy more than anything. It's my first time seeing Nathaniel cry. He holds our baby for a long while, but it's never enough. He holds us together, a long hug until it's time to part for real. I can't ignore the voices echoing in my mind anymore. Liam walks into the room, looking sorry. Time to go, princess, Estelle cries, a lot when Nate hands her to her uncle. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. Watch my daughter go away, waving and crying loudly. Liam's bike disappears soon, and I crumble, falling on my knees to cry as loud as I need to. I feel Nate's arms around me. He doesn't say anything, just lets me cry. I just parted with my daughter, once again. Maybe it was the last time I saw her, hugged her. What will happen if I die? How will she cope? I can't bear the idea to not see her grow. I already miss her so much. I keep weeping, my mate rubbing my back. It's going to be all right, he whispers. We will win and see her again. She will be fine. I don't want to abandon her again. We are not abandoning our baby. We will be back. I won't let Estelle lose her mom. I glare at him. You better survive this too, I growl. He chuckles. I promise to do my best. I want more time with you and her, so much more time, Moon Goddess. We only had a few weeks to live as a family. Why does it have to be like this? If I die, or Nate dies, what will be all that for? I just can't imagine it. Nathaniel gently kisses me, capturing my lips between my tears, gently caressing me. It's a salty kiss, a bitter one. I don't want it to end. I want to kiss him forever, enjoy this warmth until I die. My mate's taste on my lips, again and again. That would be a sweet poison to succumb to. I lose my breath, as our kiss gets a bit wilder, a bit more desperate. His lips go down my neck, making me gasp. I caress his skin, ripping his shirt without an ounce of regret. I just want to feel his skin against mine, one more minute, one last time. I caress his hair, feeling him grip mine, his breathing getting hectic too. Our lips find each other again, our kiss resumes as if we needed each other more than air. I kiss him like crazy, until my head spins until I can't tell what's his from what's mine. After a few seconds, we stop, out of breath. We put a bit of distance between our bodies before this gets out of hand, but my hands are still on his neck, his arms around me. He chuckles, kissing my forehead while I catch my breath. Let's continue after the war, okay? I whisper. Sounds like a pretty good reason to stay alive. I laugh. Right, it is. We kiss again, a well-behaved kiss, a loving one before parting. We need to go back to the madness of this world. My head is aching from ignoring all the mind linking from earlier. I sigh and push my hair back, focusing a bit. Elena! Elena! Levi, stop screaming! I hear you! Fill me in! Finally! Some vampires are gathering outside the border. We are gathering too, but the king is gone, and the king is probably enjoying one last moment with his wife. He'll be back soon. How many vampires? I would say, about 200 or 300. That's a lot already. I exchange a look with Nate. He's holding his shirt. Yeah, I may have gone a bit overboard. Well, he'll have to stay then. He follows me outside, as I take off my jacket. Time to get back to business. Lysandra, showtime. On our way. I mind link all the alphas except for Damien, as I can feel his wolf with Nora. You're okay? Selena. Sorry, it just happened so fast. I have contractions, the midwife is here with Tanya's grandma. Damien just left. Don't worry, Nora. You stay safe and focus on delivering your baby, okay? I'll handle it here. I take a deep breath and start running towards the north, my mate right behind me. I use my power to mind link every wolf I can like we agreed, and I can feel Damien's voice echoing through mine. We gather everyone to the north, as planned, only leaving smaller packs to protect the other borders. Arthur Seaver, if you want your pack to make it another day, it's now or never. I know, I know. I hope he won't be stubborn and submit to Damien without a fuss. Nathaniel and I finally meet with the rest of the White Moon clan. Daniel comes to give me a quick hug. His brothers and father are all here, all in their wolf forms. Clark, Isabella, and all the warriors of the White Moon were the first to answer my call, too. The other packs start to arrive slowly, crossing the streets in small groups, most of them in their wolf forms. We wait and wait. We don't know when it will blow up. I try to follow Nora's state from afar, but her contractions amplify slowly. It's a strange atmosphere that has fallen on Silver City. It's the sunset already, and hundreds of wolves are slowly gathering, listening to the vampire's screeches from afar. I feel another wolf approaching, and recognize William Blue's unusual black and white fur. Ready? It's now or never. He probably left his wife behind to watch over Nora and the children. She's a good Luna but not much of a fighter. Soon, Damien and Liam arrive, accompanied by Boyan, Tanya, and their older brother Neil, and most of the Blood Moon clan behind them. The king looks ready for a fight. His dark and murderous aura gets everyone tensed up one level higher, and the crowd splits in two to let him through. So am I. He got me to part with my daughter twice. It won't happen ever again. 108. This is it. The big fight we have been waiting for weeks. Hundreds of wolves gather at the north border, and, as the sun sets, the vampires slowly come creeping around. They hide in the shadows, avoiding the sunlight, their white faces clearly visible in the darkness surrounding them. The wolves start growling. I channel my inner wolf, connecting to as many people as possible. I had never tried that before, but it feels incredible. I can feel every single wolf of our enlarged pack, like an invisible thread linking me to their heart. There are hundreds of us, all connected to Damien Black and I. It's strange how the alphas appear brighter, while my friends have more color. Is it because I know them well? The closer ones to me are Levi and Danny. Their wolves shine with a gold or bronze shade, something that warms me up. The Black brothers are like dark shadows, each more terrifying than the other, even to our kind. All the wolves around are wary of them. The king and his brothers are easily identifiable no matter where they stand, even if they haven't shape-shifted yet. Actually, as I look around, we are almost the last ones who have yet to take our wolves' form. Aside from Nate, Liam, and Damien, only a handful of werewolves are standing on 2 feet. Among them, Lysandra Jones and Tanya, standing next to each other and talking while watching the forest, so softly I can't hear. Probably something private anyway. Boyan, too, walks up to Daniel and me, looking more serious than ever. "You okay?" he asks. "Doing fine so far. How about you?" "I just hope Nora and the kids stay safe," he says, looking determined. I often forgot that, besides being her best friend, he is Nora's bodyguard. He's probably the first one willing to defend her and her children, no matter the cost. As I look around, there is still one person missing, one I can't mind link though. "What is Silviana doing?" I ask Liam, a few steps away. "She's still at the hospital. Don't worry, she'll be there in due time," he answers while glancing at the sunset. "I hope she does. I think the vampires will be hard to handle already if we have no defense against the witch either. The fact that Chris and Iris' whereabouts are still unknown is bothering me. Why is this timing so perfect? Disappearing today, of all days? The one Nora gives birth, the one the battle happens? I can't shake off that feeling that something bad will happen. I hope it's just my instincts going crazy. Just when my heartbeat and anxiety are about to blow off the roof, I feel a hand in mine. I don't even need to look. "It's going to be okay," he whispers. "We're going to be back to our baby star by sunrise." I nod. Nathaniel's right about one thing at least, this will be over at dawn. The vampires are obviously waiting for the sun to go down and the sky to go dark. If this war lasts until the morning, we will have won. Strangely, at this very moment, I miss Nora. She's like my other half, the power that completes mine completely. I can feel her, her aura linked to all of the wolves like mine is. It's pure white, not like my golden, shining light. It's similar, yet different, as the lights of the sun and the moon. I'm sure we would be invincible together. I have to make sure I can be strong enough for 2 as long as I can. I try to channel my inner wolf as much as I can while this unbearable weight goes on. More and more vampires gather. I can't see them all, but we can feel them like pests crawling and lurking in the shadows. There are a lot of them. I'm starting to wonder if this woman said the truth. If there are thousands. Suddenly, I feel Nora's bond to the other wolves and I weaken. I can tell. Her labor is starting. I glance up, and sure enough, that barrier I was feeling is shaking, too. The royal's aura is going down. Silviana had poured her magic into that barrier, but whatever it is, it won't be enough. The sun's almost set, and the enemies have gathered. My friends and I spread among the wolves, getting ready to fight. I exchange one final look with Nate. "I love you. I love you too, my sunshine. Sure you don't want to marry me now? You better stay alive long enough for me to say yes." Once again, the barrier shakes. The vampires come closer, within a few meters. All the wolves are growling. "Wait until my signal," yells Damien. "Time to see if our weeks of preparation will pay off." All the wolves are waiting, ready to fight, but staying within the perimeter we marked while the vampires come closer. I don't see the WH. We need to find the witch and kill her as soon as we can. Silviana hasn't arrived yet either, but the hospital is so close. Suddenly, one of the vampires screeches, a horrible sound familiar to their race. A lot of wolves growl back, but as expected, no one disobeys the king. As all of the other vampires start screeching in response to the first one, the warning becomes terribly clear. There's a lot of them. I can't count them all, but 1,000 or 2 is a minimum. Holy Moon Goddess! How many did that gather? It's gonna be one feast, sighs Liam before jumping into his black wolf appearance. They are not touching one hair of my children or my wife, growls Damien back. That's it. Once they are done screeching, a handful of vampires start running, and dozens follow. No one on our side moves yet. We are all waiting as Damien and I glare at the line of our border. Suddenly, Nora and Sylviana's protection disappear at once, and the vampires keep running, wide, scary smiles on their faces. Yeah, keep smiling, you monsters. The first bomb explodes a couple of seconds later. One by one they go off, following the line we established and blowing up dozens of vampires each. Their limbs and blood are sprayed around, and some wolves step aside to avoid it. In a few seconds, the 15 bombs we had planted exploded, killing maybe 200 or 300 of vampires at once. The ones who were running behind slow down and Damien makes a terrifying grin. Now! The king shapeshifts in a split second, the huge black wolf's appearance exhilarating everyone. All at once, the wolves start running, going past the ravaged line and jumping on the first lines of vampires. I start running too. The bombs. I can't believe we used the Gold Moon's idea. Liam Black, shut up and fight. Sure enough, I don't have time to squander any more time chatting with him about my idea. It's a battle here. I jump on the first vampires I see, using my silver poles to beat out of them. I want to use my weapons as much as I can before I shapeshift. I am the only one who can wield silver, the one thing both of our species fear. Despite the ones we blew, there's still way too many vampires waiting for us out there. We start holding a clear front against them. The best warriors target the groups of vampires, while the weaker ones of us attack the isolated ones. I have to focus to fight my own battle while keeping up with everything going on and directing the others along with Damien when needed. The east. Guard the east. One just ran past us. Joe, get him. The betas are acting as the second line of defense, planted to kill any vampire that can go past the alphas and warriors. Levi and Joseph are the busiest, as the Lewis are faster and right behind Lysandra, who's mostly playing around. Lysandra, just go for the kill. We don't have time for that. She growls but obeys, and her wolf starts making her surroundings. We made sure to keep the alphas among us isolated, as we tend to get violent. Damien, Nate, and Liam are terrific, too. I almost can't recognize them, it's a bloodbath in their area. Unlike us, the vampires are uncoordinated and acting randomly, counting on their huge numbers. They are focused on one thing, entering Silver City, and probably killing Nora. We are not going to allow that. I keep fighting, hitting every vampire I can, avoiding their bites and claws and kicking without distinction. My poles are covered in vampire blood, sticky and smelly, but I don't give a. I'm caught in that dance of death, I can't slow down or catch a break. It's a race against time, and it has just begun. More and more vampires keep coming. I can feel some wolves struggling to keep up and, soon, the first mortal bites. As soon as one of ours is in bad shape, 2 more wolves jump in to help him, but the situation is not so good. Except for our line of alphas, most wolves are giving their all, and 1 second of inattention is fatal. I need to go on, I can't stop to mourn the dead, but I can feel it. The ties that were binding me to them, brutally cut off, or slowly growing thinner until they are no more. I pour my rage into my fists, and my will to fight. Our line of alphas is merciless. Damien, Nate, Liam, William, Arthur, Lysandra, and I are not leaving them 1 second to rest. Around us, all the wolves are running around, catching any vampire they can and tearing them apart. The fight is getting so intense, all of the soil is plowed all over, leaving the mud to meld with the stench of the blood. All this time, I'm trying to focus on the fight, but the deaths are like crushing my heart, making it harder to breathe and to focus. I am a warrior, I need to get through this. I'll mourn the dead later. I take a deep breath and send 2 more vampires flying Liam's way with 1 blow. He's only too happy to jump and tore their throats open. I didn't think the alphas would work so well together. Each one of us is holding their ground, we have barely moved a few steps since the beginning of the fight. Our line is doing a good job of thinning out their troops while acting as a barrier. We picked positions within a few meters of each other, so that only a few vampires can go past us, enough for the betas to deal with if they are not killed by the other wolves before that. After a while, it becomes clear our plan is working, but I'm also aware this is only the beginning. The vampires just don't stop coming at us, as if there was an infinite number of them just waiting. Also, the main players of this game haven't appeared yet, and I'm well aware everything will change then. What the heck is this taking so long? Truth is, I've lost track of time. It's night time, that's all I can say. With the moon's shine and my wolf vision, I have no trouble seeing, but there is just too much going on all around. It's a blurry mess all around. I hear growlings, screeches, and screams. Some wolves are wailing, crying their lost loved ones. I'm lucky none of my loved ones are in difficulty yet, but I'm not prepared for it. Suddenly, I can sense something's wrong on our west flank. Too many wolves are in pain at the same time. William! What's going on there? The water! She's here! The witch is! He's gone! I lose my breath. William's wolf is gone, completely gone, leaving a big void just where I still felt him a second ago. Oh, Moon Goddess, I can't believe it, but I can't be wrong either. I know this feeling too well. Just like Reagan. I keep mind-linking anyone I can in this area, trying to figure out what is going on. Their voices die one after another. The WH is there. The water's attacking. It's a nightmare. I want to cry, but I can't. William died and now, there's nothing I can do about it. I need to settle this. Damien! Stay where you are. But... Stay where you are, Selena. I growl, pissed. I know it's our plan, but our people are dying on the west side. Suddenly, the earth starts shaking under our feet, and roots erupt from the ground, impaling nearby vampires before diving back into the soil. Silviana! It was high time. I take a second to catch my breath, as most vampires around us are being wiped out by the Earth WH. Thank Moon Goddess! I didn't realize I was so exhausted, out of breath and dirty. I'm covered in blood, vampire blood, and it stinks. Next to me, Liam shakes his head, catching his breath too. Silviana appears at my side. Unlike her usual flowery dresses, she is in jeans, barefoot in the mud with a simple top, quite a difference from her usual look. She looks exhausted already, a pearl of sweat in her neck. Is she draining so much energy already? Tell me you still got some fuel left. I growl. I'll be fine, she nods. I'm not ready for this to happen. While I'm lost trying to understand what she means by that, she agitates her hand, killing a nearby vampire. What now? I ask. I need to confront her. She's probably controlling the vampire king or queen somehow. If I can stop her, we can stop them. For the first time, I realize Silviana looks really afraid. She's fearing that confrontation, it's obvious. She's looking towards the west, that worried look in her eyes. You can do it, I tell her, trying to share some of my inner strength with her. She chuckles shyly. I hope you won't judge me too badly when you hear the truth. What? What truth? But before she can answer, new vampires attack us, and we both have to fight a new wave of vampires. Silviana starts progressing through the west, her butterfly, 5 times its usual size, following behind her. I have to dodge a new attack, then riposte with a kick, and I slowly realize, the vampires are coming in bigger numbers. Did they increase because the water witch is there? Or in response to Silviana's powers? No matter which it is, the fights resume, more savage than before. They are now coming at us by dozens, we all struggle to keep the rhythm. It's one wave after another, and I have no idea what's going on elsewhere. I can't stop to focus on everyone. I try to push my wolf to its limit, spreading my mind link like a web around me, catching as many wolves as I can and making sure to hold on. I pour my aura and strength onto our link, galvanizing our troops. I feel Damien black, like a black monster scaring all the vampires. Liam is like toying with them, putting them to shreds and making a mess out of it. Nate is also being one scary alpha, but with an unusual elegance to it. He takes them down, one by one, not showing 1 ounce of fatigue, and I'm proud of my man. I try to feel the other alphas. I can feel Lysandra, fighting like a lioness, and Arthur Seaver. I can't feel him. I didn't even realize. Our link was so thin. It means there's a big leap in the west. Whether the witch got him, or the vampires, I can't tell, but his wolf is not anywhere. Damien. Nate. The king knows, too. He turns his head to me, nodding. The witch is in the west, now that we are sure, that's where we need to move. We break our former line, letting the Lysandra Jones and all of the betas to take our place to fight the new waves of vampires. I hope they will be able to hold on long enough. The Black brothers and I start running, but our run is cut short. A few paces away, standing behind several lines of vampires, a woman is standing. Her blue-green eyes and human appearance can't be mistaken. She's all in black and looks younger than I had imagined, maybe about Clark or Reagan's age. We run to Silviana's side, who's standing facing her, though they are meters apart. So, those are your little guard dogs. The Sons of Black. Her voice is strangely hoarse, like she has been screaming for days. Next to me, Silviana is fiercely staring at her, her fists closed. Enough, Nephra. You need to stop all of this, now. The Water Witch chuckles. Nephra? Is that a way to call me after all this time? We frown, confused. What the heck is she talking about? I exchange glances with the Black brothers, but even Liam seems to not catch what's going on. Suddenly, the Water Witch laughs loudly, staring at us like something funny's going on. Don't tell me? Silviana, after all this time? You couldn't tell them? Really? What is she talking about? Silviana looks utterly sad and sorry right now, making me uneasy about whatever's going on. The Water Witch stops laughing, and sighs. Really, my little sister? You're as weak as ever. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.